We'll be talking about They Will Kill You. So I'm not gonna lie. You know
Mm.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yes, I do. Vaguely.
Okay. You've seen Kill Bill before, right?
Yeah.
It low-key gave that kind of vibe. I thought he was the director. And low-key kind of gave black exploitation, from the 70s, stick it to the man type of thing. But I really did enjoy this movie.
It also gave some like Japanese samurai influence in there too.
Which I feel like is kind of, I want to say common in Tarantino's work, but I have taken notice. I really, I'm not gonna lie, spoiler alert ahead if you didn't watch the movie, I hope you did by now. I thought it was kind of messed up when she shot the father and then left her sister.
I did too. That was so I I was speechless. Like you just abandoned your little sister like that?
Like, I get it, she's probably gonna go to jail, but like, you got caught anyway.
Right. So
So
now you
I'm
look
just
extra
like,
stupid.
and it's like, now she had to. I'm pretty sure the abuse doubled because they were in an abusive household. So I'm pretty sure, like after that incident, it got worse for her, and she ran away. And then she worked at that motel, and then that's when she found this demon sex cult, immortal people,
Hmm.
and like, oh yeah, they're devil worshippers. I know, and it's like. Of course, she's not really gonna care because look at all the like, look what she was left with on the outside world.
Right. Maria, when she what was it? She had to
Maya,
huh?
you called her Maria.
Maya?
They said Maya in the movie,
Hmm.
and I'm confused by that. Or was it Maria?
I could have sworn it was Maria. That's bad.
Okay, we'll call her Maria. I don't remember.
Goodness gracious.
But
Asia's
I
little
think I thought
sister.
yeah. Yeah, what you gonna say? Asian's little sister. I
Oh,
mean Asian.
I just
Asia.
I don't feel like how do I say it? I get that they explained her backstory about when she got there that she was caught stealing. Mind you, this girl is always stealing something because in the beginning of the movie she stole from the she was stealing shoplifting from the little corner market too. But she got caught stealing something and then she had to sacrifice someone so that she didn't get sacrificed. And I was just like, yeah. I don't know how far this betrayal is gonna go because it seemed like at one point she just didn't care enough about Asia to try and save her life, and Asia was going through it this movie.
Well, I don't think. I mean, I think she cared because remember she did
Yeah.
kill the well, quote unquote, killed that guy when he was like trying to kill Asia.
Hmm.
She did care, but it's just like, why are you here? I don't. I think she didn't because remember she didn't really want to kill anybody because she was crying about having to sacrifice the lady that was supposed to be there
Hmm.
that ended up actually being her sister. But I think she felt bad. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she definitely felt some guilt. I just,
And she did write her name too.
hmm yeah, I don't think that Maria, right?
Yeah, yeah, Maria.
I don't think that she was a bad person or anything. I just felt like in the beginning she was kind of cold hearted to her sister, which was deserved because you can't just abandon me and then expect me to welcome you back with open arms. Like, no. Like, that's what when
I was
she
like,
first cussed her out, I was laughing, but then Asia punched her in the face.
I was like, oh, that's sisters for you.
Yeah.
I would
But,
consider them both victims of their circumstances. And,
mhm.
maybe I'm misremembering, but I don't think either one apologized to each other.
Not really. You know how siblings are.
That's what I was gonna say, because I feel like a lot of movies and TV shows you could tell is written by like only childs or only children.
Hmm.
That sounded crazy.
Only
Um,
children. Mhm.
Like, because they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I called you a big-headed doofus, and I'm sorry I ruined your birthday party." Nobody's gonna do that.
Right.
We're in the real world. We beat each other up, and then we start playing nice again.
Exactly.
Like, ain't nobody gonna apologize.
Peak siblingdom.
So that I think, I mean, that wasn't an important thing, but I think it's like something I took note of because I'm just like, yeah.
Something I took note of was the hostess, Lilith, and her swirl marriage with Joseph, that black guy. When we first see him, he's like, I hate you. He's calling her out her name and everything. And I'm like, oh, what's that? What's that?
I mean, you married her and you benefited from the system for a long time. Now all of a sudden you hate it. Now you have a change of heart.
Right. Because it was like, before it was just like, what did they say? Because apparently that hotel has been there for decades. And they've been scooping up people to sacrifice so that they can live forever and rah da da da. And it sounded like when they first started there, they were scooping up black people. But I guess
Well,
he,
yeah,
yeah,
because
I,
they're marginalized. Oh, go ahead.
I guess Joseph was spared because he got his ice queen, and now all of a sudden, all of it's like weighing on you hundreds of years later.
Yeah, I was gonna say they scoop up the marginalized people because it's easier to like stay under the radar. Because if we're being real, most like if they was going missing, nobody's really gonna be checking for them like that.
Right,
But I was a little confused with how the system worked because it's like, okay, you hire a maid and then they reference someone else and that person gets sacrificed, but like how do you accumulate so many people if you're sacrificing a person? Unless they're like, okay, you work for us and then, you know, if we like you enough, we'll keep you, but you have to bring in someone else. Like I'm wondering how that system works.
I think
You
it's
know what I mean?
yeah, I think it's how you say it. It's like they have to constantly have a flow of people coming in, or else they're gonna run out of sacrifices and start aging. So
Exactly.
it's yeah, it's really peculiar. Like you said, I don't know how Satanism works. So
Well, I mean, I don't think it's just a Satanism thing. It's just a hotel management type of situation. It's a
call
two life event. Party.
right, call Mr. Mosby. He'll have it figured out.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I just felt like them and all the other people the rich people who lived in that hotel, they were just they were very cartoonish. I'm sorry. I didn't take none of them seriously. And it's because they just kept getting killed because Asia was on them. She had her shotgun. She had her little, what was it, a machete? Not a little, but it was a machete. And she was slicing them up, shooting their heads off. And they just kept coming back. And I was just like, all right, you guys are just goofy to me. Like, I don't feel a real threat coming from you guys.
My favorite scene was when she had the axe and she set it on fire. She was just going through them. That and then I think that was a Dochi song.
Yes. Crazy.
That was my favorite scene in that movie.
She did
But
look
my
really
thing is,
badass.
I know this is fictional, so I'm not thinking too hard on this. But my thing is, like, she came with all these weapons. What was she gonna do when she killed them all? And like, what if they weren't immortal? Like, what happened? She just gonna leave all the bodies there?
I guess. Flee to Canada.
Then what happened? Like, then that poor woman's gonna get framed for murder because they're gonna be like, oh, we traced the call back, and she was the last person they
Oh,
hired.
right. The identity she stole.
So I'm just thinking, like, what if they weren't like Satanists and they
Oh,
was just regular people she just killed? Because she came in with a mission because she had all those guns.
mm-hmm. Child, I don't know. Like, it's a good thing they were satanic people because,
You know, like immortal, like I keep coming back, and you know.
and you know what really pissed me off in this movie is that this is a personal thing. It's not even in the movie, but the theater we went to, they were getting on my nerves. Made me miss a whole sex scene. I wanted to see the culture sex scene.
It was like 2 seconds. I
Yes,
was mad I had to walk out and literally ask for something I ordered like 30 minutes ago, but
that's
mistakes
besides the
happen.
point.
But I will say the the demonology or the themes were kind of like um I don't know, like the names Lilith, because like wasn't that like the maid's name? And like she's like I don't know if they consider it like the first demon or like she's like the mother. I don't remember, but she was in the Bible
Hmm.
in a not good way. So I thought that
Hmm.
was interesting.
Yeah, I
Then you
probably
had
wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to catch a lot of references because even when it's revealed that Satan is there and he possesses this pig head, I know I've heard of that somewhere else before, but I don't know how that relates to Satan.
and then also Maria. Like that's like I believe that's like the Spanish equivalent of Mary. Mary's in the Bible.
Mm.
Like and then you have Joseph. I don't really know the other occultist names.
So then is Asia just a reference to like the Japanese media that this movie was referencing?
Or I don't know. Could be Asia Minor, because don't they say the Bible took place somewhere around there in the Middle East?
Girl, I don't know.
I think we're thinking too deep in it, but
But do you know where that pig head imagery comes from? Because why pig head?
okay, something demonic.
No. Listen, we
Okay,
don't know too much about that. But I will say this: when they
I'm
first,
gonna no, I'm gonna look this up. I got you.
oh, okay,
It says in Matthew 8, Mark 5th, and Luke 8, Jesus cast a legion of demons out of a possessed man and into a herd of pigs. The demons then drive the pigs to drown in the sea and whatever, whatever. Um, and then, I mean, wait, hold up, because in the movie, remember the demon went into the pig?
yeah.
That's what it says it happened in the Bible.
Ooh.
And then there was also, I could have sworn, they said that they also requested pigs, so there's some relation there as well. And there's also like people don't eat pork and stuff because they don't consider pigs clean animals. So that might have something to do with this as well.
Mm.
Think I might be looking too deep in it. I don't really read the Bible that much. I Once I left Catholic school, I left Catholic school, y'all.
Maybe not.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting they used the pig because usually in movies it would be like some like I don't know if I noticed like some movies they'll use wolves, they'll use cats, um, maybe a bull because of the horns. I remember in one movie they used a sheep. I don't know if anybody ever seen The Witch. Y'all should watch it. It's an old movie. It's really good. But yeah, it was interesting to see a pig because I never really thought about that. The only time I've ever seen a pig really in an evil movie that I can remember is Saw.
Interesting. I
When
didn't know
he
any
like
of that because I don't
when
watch.
they kidnap the people.
Like I usually don't watch those heavily like religious or satanic movies, so I'm just like whatever.
I do because I try to feel something.
But I did find it interesting that you had to like in order for the sacrifice to work, or no, in order for you to get the immortality, you had to write your full name or at least your first and your last name on the pig skin. And the way that they were able to find a loophole around it and slice off a piece of the skin with your name on it, and that will still work to keep you immortal was great because Asia went through so much trauma. Like her hand got chopped in half, basically. Her foot was fucked up, like multiple stab wounds, right? And then
Mhm.
once Maria pulled that little switcheroo, healed her right up, and then when Maria tried to sacrificed herself, and then and then Asia was able to bring her back by writing her name on the pig. That was wonderful. I was so happy that they both got to live and escape with
Yeah,
each
I like
other.
that. But then I also, on the back of my mind, I'm gonna ruin this.
Hmm.
I kind of feel bad because Maria's gonna live forever, and then Asia's probably gonna grow old. Hopefully, she don't get into too much shit. And then she gonna die, and then it's just gonna be her.
I thought they would just swap back and forth. Like, oh, you're getting old and close to death. Let me just write your name back on here, and then swap it back. Or I don't even know if they would want to live forever. Maybe they would just erase their names completely, or only use it when one of them gets like brutally hurt. Like,
But I'm pretty sure the only way to oh well, they burned the pig's head, but I don't know.
yeah.
I just thought about that.
So maybe it's not all bad. Like, maybe it's not too bad of an ending. But I
Hmm.
think I think they'll be happy.
Yeah, it's a good movie about sisterhood and final girls and female rage because we always talk about female rage, and I think this would be a great contender for that.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike Gone Girl, but you didn't hear that from me.
Oh, you didn't like Gone Girl?
I don't understand the logic of it.
We can get into that later. We're not, let's stay focused.
Yeah, we'll get into that off camera because yeah, explain that to me.
Mm.
But I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, I also heard that the executive producer from Welcome to Derry worked on this movie, right?
Yeah, he's the producer for it. Well, no,
Period.
the director from Welcome to Derry was a producer on this movie.
Period. He ain't.
And you know something? I think it's a little crazy. This is set in New York City, and maybe I'm out of my depth here because I'm not from New York, but like, it's a pretty busy city, so wouldn't there be some attention around this hotel?
Right.
Or,
Like
it
rumors
would be,
and
people be outside over there or something. I don't know.
like urban legends and stuff like that.
You know? Like, New
Also,
York is very heavily populated, so I don't know how this got swept under the radar.
this movie reminds me a lot of him.
Because of the demons.
Yeah. And fighting your
I,
way out.
mm, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's like him,
I said it's like it
but
reminded me of it. I wouldn't say that the movie, like the plots are completely different. But it just like, some similarities there. Black main character. Well, wait, is Zazie Beetz
I
biracial?
feel like for me, him, huh?
Is Zazie Beetz biracial?
Yeah.
See, there's another one. There's another connection.
Well, on a deeper level, they're different. The end.
Well, yeah.
The
It,
end.
it reminded me
Don't
of
put.
of him, and it also reminded me of One Piece.
Oh God. Yeah, in peace.
But listen, that's manga spoilers. If anybody knows, you know. But we don't have to
I
get into
mean, you
that.
should know by now because there's like 20,000 chapters,
20
50,000 episodes. You should be caught up by now.
facts. But what were your final thoughts?
I enjoyed the movie. Variety, never mind. I was gonna say something.
Ooh.
I just don't appreciate how whenever a black movie, because y'all did it to Sinners, is successful, or whenever people talk about it, you always have to find a way to humble them. Oh,
Mhm.
the sales. Oh, it only made this much money. And considering how the production team and how the theater had to split, like, shut up. You don't do
Mm.
that to any of the white movies. You didn't do that to the movie, what's it called? The Strangers, and that was horrible. You didn't do it to, um, I Know What You Did Last Summer. That was terrible. You didn't do it to any of the romance movies that flopped by white people
Yeah.
that were terrible. But when
But
it comes to the black movies, you have all this weird negative energy. And that's why Sinners shut you the fuck up.
period. But my
You're
final
on thin
thoughts
ice. Already.
have a what?
I said variety is on thin ice.
Break the ice and let them fall through so they can drown, honestly.
What are your final thoughts on the movie?
I give it a. Ooh, I had a real fun time watching it, so I would give it like an 8 out of 10 for,
Yeah, me too.
for
I
what it
enjoyed it. It was a fun.
right for what it was. It delivered. I liked the sibling dynamics, and I liked how, like, it made me, it opened my eyes, helped me learn a few more things about satanic rituals.
And maybe we'll join a cult.
Hold on now,
Mm-mm.
I didn't
You're
say all that.
committed. We're in it now. I signed your name. We're in it.
Whoa, wait a minute, erase my name, girl. I'm not playing with you,
I put your full name.
girl. Well, I got a few people I would sacrifice, so
Me too. We're not gonna get into that. I enjoyed my freedom.
right. But that's all from us.
But
Bye.
please watch it,
Right.
and we'll see you next time.
Bye.